好，翻嚟10月5號星期六嘅投資今日嗱，電話裏邊咧就澳洲昆士蘭省嘅 Coldwell Banker 嘅行政總裁 Mr. Alex Caraco 先生噶。Hello, Alex.
Hi, Alex. How are you? It's Tina here.
Hello, you.
Hi, Tina. How are you?
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you.
We will talk about the Chinese investment in Australia. Can you give us some information?
I'm so glad that you have the time to join us today. I have to say, it's my honor, it's our honor to have you to talk to us, in Australia and all the way to Vancouver. That's how we connect.
Yes.
Right?
Hi, Alice. Tina is our translator. I will speak in Cantonese and Tina will speak in English and little bit Cantonese.
That's
okay,
right.
Alice?
Is
the
that
first
okay?
questions.
I'll give answer, then I'll wait.
Yes, you're going to answer in all English unless you can speak Mandarin or Cantonese.
Yes, you can speak Cantonese. Yeah, very good.
Yeah. No, Alex, I just want to first want to ask you is that because Chinese has been immigrating to Canada and Australia because these are the two most popular countries for them to immigrate to. And Vancouver has been having tons of Chinese coming over. Now, since when you find out that mainland Chinese start investing in Australia?
Okay, let me do a quick translation first. Okay, Alice. 阿 Tina 就問到啦，究竟係中國啊，即係中國大陸嘅投資者咧，幾時開始去澳洲嗰邊去投資嘅 ？Alice。Please.
About 1980s.
Yes.
In 1980s.
Okay. So 由1980年至到或者就1980年尾開始咧，都已經有好多人去中國大陸嘅移民咧，就移民過去澳洲噶啦。So since when they start getting more and more？
幾時開始有大量嘅增幅啦？見到 Alice, please.
In basically since about 2005.
2005, yeah.
Mining boom.
Okay, so since 2005, and then it's starting to get more and more Chinese immigrants over there. Okay, 由2005年開始咧，2005年咧就開始咧越嚟越多大陸嘅中國移民咧就過去啦。Okay, so when they buy now, do they need to live there certain amount, like here in Vancouver, in Canada, they have to live here in certain amount, a period of time before they become citizens and all that kind of stuff. Like, is that the same in Australia?
使唔使等到攞到公民資格至可以買樓咧？阿 Alice。
Yeah.
Alice, please.
Yeah, in Australia, you can buy a brand new property.
Yes.
And you don't have to wait. You can buy straight away.
Okay.
Any house, any condominium, anything you like, as long as it's brand new.
Oh, okay. But what about resale?
Resale, you can, but you must get the visa first, the visa.
Oh, visa, you mean immigration visa or become a citizenship?
Visa.
Oh, the immigration visa. Okay. So I'm going to translate that. 嗱，如果係 brand new 嘅全新嘅，可能即係樓花啊或者咁樣樣咧，你就係啦，咩情況之下咧，你都可以買。你有冇移民都或者你唔使公民啊，就算係移民咧，冇唔係移民都 OK， 乜嘢
有個簽證入到境都俾你買㗎。
但係如果你想買二手嘅咧，你就一定咧就需要係即係你要有個 visa 或者係你係移民咁樣樣啦，即係未必係公民，但係你需要係移民咁樣。即係
二手樓係有個限制喺度嘅。
Yeah. Now, do you find that Chinese they mainly because in Vancouver or in Canada they only wants to go to good school district. So is that the same in Australia?
Okay.
Yes, they only want to go where the private education is.
Oh, okay.
Very good preview style suburbs.
Oh, private educations.
嗱，就天娜問到咧，會唔會好似溫哥華呢邊咁啦？澳洲嗰邊嘅華人咧，都係中意買翻喺學校區附近嘅。咁究竟點咧，天娜？
咁原來咧，佢哋就中意咧，就係買啲私校區啊，private educations 咁樣樣喎。
話私校區多啲，公校唔得喎，奇怪。
So how about the public school? Like they're not as popular?
How about public school?
Yeah, not as popular. However, they also go to public universities.
Okay.
They get very good education at the university as well.
Okay, so I'm going to translate that. 嗱，如果你係話即係總之係中學嘅到中學為止咧，佢哋都係中意去私校嘅。但係如果你一到大學嗰方面咧，佢哋就唔介意咧，就會去公校嘅嘅 university 咁樣樣。So what are the most popular cities the Chinese would like to purchase?
即係中國人中意喺邊個城市買樓
？Sydney, Brisbane.
Okay. So Sydney, Brisbane, and is there any more?
Any more?
Melbourne.
Oh, Melbourne.
Yeah.
Melbourne is the most popular at the moment. Melbourne.
Oh, okay. Melbourne is
How
the
about
most
other
popular.
cities?
So these are the 3 one, or there are more?
No, there are more. There would be Adelaide
Okay.
OK。
and Perth.
Perth，
Oh, Perth.
OK。嗱，頭先
OK
Alice 講幾個城市就係悉尼啦、布里斯本啦、墨爾本啦、阿德萊德啦，同埋西澳洲嘅珀斯嘅係5個城市。
Yeah. So 但係而家呢個情況咧，暫時嚟講咧係 Melbourne 咧就最 popular 喎。以 Alex 講right? Okay. Now what kind of what price range does the Chinese like to buy? Let's say they buy for principal residence. What is the price range?
Price range would be 1.5 to 3 million Canadian dollars.
Oh, okay. All right.
Canadian dollars。
Canadian dollars.
之後就問啦啊，究竟乜嘢個價位咧，即係我哋中國嘅居民啊，或者投資者中意買嘅咧嚇？
佢嘅意思就話嗱，你買嚟係愛嚟自住喎，OK，唔係投資。
係自住
自住嘅情況咧，就係話大多數咧都係1.5，就係150萬到300萬左右。
加元喎。
係啊
Alice 好叻喎，識計加元俾我哋喎，唔計好貴咯。
So that's actually, you know what? That is very similar to us here in Vancouver.
It must be they understand quality.
I know. I mean, like we have similar price range, like between 1.5 to 3 million. But obviously, some of them they have deeper pockets. Then they will go to 5, 6, 7, or even 10 million. Is that the same case as you guys?
Yes. We have a Chinese family out at the moment. They are looking at 55 million.
Wow. What can you get for 55 million? An island?
Where the property located?
Where is it? What kind of
Where is
house?
it? In
I would
Melbourne?
love to see. Yeah, to know. What is the $55 million property? Hi,
Hello?
Alex.
Hi.
Hi. What kind of property is that for 55 million?
Where？
We want on the Sydney Harbour front.
Okay.
即係悉尼嘅沿岸地區啦。
Okay.
海港地區
Now, and how big would that be? The property, like acreage, like with lots of lands and huge house?
1 acre.
Only.
Wow.
Yeah, and it would be 100,000 square feet.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
All right. So I'm gonna just let the listener know. So Alex 咧話佢而家咧就有個客咧，有個係個即係大陸客咧，佢哋就揾緊一間屋咧，就睇緊間屋係5500萬。嗱，5500萬咧，我諗住會好多地啦，係咪？
好大啫，
原來係得1畝啫。
一畝地啫，原來。
陰公得1畝地喎，哇！咁但係咧，佢話嗰間屋咧就大概10萬
平方
尺，yeah， 咁10萬平方尺。Now is it do you encounter a lot of super rich Chinese over there or average？
嗱，你超級富豪係點咧 ？Alice。
Yeah.
Hello, Alice, please.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi, Alex. Do you encounter a lot of super rich Chinese
Yeah.
buying over there?
A lot of super rich involved in the mining sector. In the mining sector, they buy the mining company.
Oh, OK。我頭先就問阿 Alex 咧，係咪有啲超級富豪啦？
超級富豪啦
佢
佢哋點咧
超級富豪咧就係啦，佢哋買嗰啲咧油礦嗰啲公司啊，所以咧佢哋喺嗰邊咧都係買啲咁貴嘅物業咯。咁我哋呢邊都好多
Yes.
係咪
How about the price range of the super rich?
？Yeah, the price range for all those rich people, how much do they want to spend?
Generally, no more than 50 million for a house.
Oh, no more than 50 million per house.
Yeah.
Million for
Yeah.
commercial.
Commercial.
即係商業類嘅物業。
Okay. So what about for residential?
Residential, 10 to 50 million.
10 to 50 million, right? 10 to 50 million.
Yeah.
OK，咁如果佢啲超級富豪咧，佢哋中意咧就係大概1000萬
至
到
5000
5000萬左右
住。宅計喎。
係啊住宅啊
商用咧就貴啲啦。
商用就5000萬
冇錯
左右，咁然之後咧就1000萬到5000萬都幾緊要，
而家
貴過我哋好多
嗱咁啊，因為我哋有個 break，大家等陣
OK
同 Alice 一陣傾偈。喂，Alice，please hold the line 啊。
Just hold on.
We have a commercial break now.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Alice.
You're back on
You're
air,
back,
my
yeah.
dear.
Okay, the next questions will be asked by Tina.
Yes. Now, as far as we know that in Australia, there's a lot of property sold by auctions, and some of them is by private treaties, obviously. How many, does Chinese go through auctions or mostly go through private treaty?
Let me do a quick translation 天能問到咧，好啊，買樓咧你可以係透過拍賣啊或者私人協議㗎。咁澳洲嗰邊咧究竟係華人買樓中意喺拍賣啊，因為私人協議為主嘅 ？Alice please。
Yes, mostly private treaty. As the nature of Chinese, they like to keep their business private.
Okay.
If they have to, they will buy at auction, if they have to, but they would prefer us to deal directly, quietly, privately through a real estate broker.
OK，我頭先就係問咗Alex 呢個情況啦，佢話咧多數中國人咧就唔中意去參與呢個bidding war 即係個 auction 嘅情況，唔中意去拍賣嗰度嘅，即係除非佢。即係被逼要做到行到呢步嘅啫，否則嘅話咧，佢話多數咧都係希望係即係 private 嘅私人嘅，但係佢哋都係要 involve 經紀嘅。
即係中國人都係中意咁樣做。
係啦，中國人都係唔想話即係太過公開咯啲嘢。咁我中意，如果佢買成1000萬、5000萬咁樣嘅時候咧，佢哋情願就經紀同經紀。
個舉手係知你邊個。
係啦，經紀咁樣樣咯。Okay. Now, so if that is the case, does the Chinese needs to how many do you have a lot of Chinese agents in Australia?
澳洲嗰邊多唔多中國籍嘅地產代理啊 ？Alice, please.
Yes, we do have a lot of Chinese agents, mostly in the central business district is where the Chinese agents reside. That is where the business commences from.
OK，佢就話啦，如果我哋其實佢哋嗰邊 Australia 都係因為咁多中國人，其實都明白㗎啦，係啦，即係一定要有翻咁多中國嘅經紀咧，先至可以去即係同佢哋溝通咯。咁如果萬一真係要去買呢個拍賣嘅情況之下咧，就一定要有個中國人嘅經紀咧，咁先至比較會係好啲啦。Now, Alex, I would like to ask is that does the Chinese like to buy mostly waterfront property?
中唔中意買啲比較沿海嘅地方
Sorry, interrupting.
Waterfront property.
They would like to have the waterfront property, right? Now, do they 佢哋就中即係Alex 就話啦，好似呢度咁樣樣啦，中意見海。
海啦，係，即係我哋加拿大人一樣啦。
係啦，即係佢哋過嚟都係一樣咁，即係中意見海啦。咁 OK, now when it comes to Australians, do they complain about Chinese inflated the housing market in Australia?
咁澳洲人有冇投訴中國人炒起咗佢哋啲樓啦 ？Alice, please.
No complaints.
That's good.
Good, very good.
Beneficial for the market to sell. So Australians happy to hear from Chinese buyers. Love it. We all love it.
Really, that's good. Now, what about the local people? So, do they find out? Do they think that okay, now all the houses is all inflated? Now I cannot get into the market?
澳洲人會覺得而家啲樓價貴咗啦，我哋唔能夠再買樓咧。Alice, please.
No, luckily not, because the market has gone down in Australia in the last 2 years, so the market is stable. So there's no problems with concerns of that nature.
Okay, that's awesome. Alex 咧就係意思就係話咧，澳洲人咧就冇 complain， 佢話佢哋好中意中國人咧過去咧就
炒起佢添，
炒起佢。咁佢咧就話，因為過去嗰2年咧佢哋就跌咗啊嘛，咁咧個市場咧就比較 stable 啲，比較平穩啲。
而家升翻嚟，佢哋仲中意添。
係啦，咁而家咧即係炒起咗咧，咁大家就可以即係
換樓咯，
係啦。Okay, now that's good to know. Now when you buy in Australia, how much deposit do we have to? Does the buyer has to come up with?
澳洲買樓俾幾多訂金噶嘛 ？Alice, please.
20 to 30%.
Oh, that will be down payment or deposit. Deposit, what we call is like the US, they call it as earnest.
No, that would be down payment.
Oh, okay. Now, because I was looking at some documents, is like the down payment will be about 20%. Is that right?
2成至3成一個訂金。
Okay. Now, after they have a contract signed, so they will have to come up with certain amounts of money. Would it be like 2.5%, 3%, 10%, that kind of stuff?
10%.
10%. Okay. So for 10%, I mean, do you close as escrow or how do you close?
We close escrow 6 weeks.
6 weeks. OK，
個禮拜
6個禮拜咧就成交㗎啦。
係
OK，佢哋俾嘅訂金咧就大概係10% 咁樣
10%啦，
樣。
即係訂金咧俾10%到，但係個6個禮拜咧就會成交啦個物業
Yeah，
即係同我哋唔同咧，即係。
Yeah，
OK
係啊，同我哋有唔同。Now, Alex, Chinese in Vancouver, when they buy, a lot of them, they do not like to get mortgage. They like to pay all cash. What is the situation in Australia?
係加拿大買樓咧，中國人咧就唔中意借錢嘅，一次過俾晒錢嘅。咁澳洲嗰邊點咧 ，Alice？
100% cash.
Oh,
We
okay.
have Chinese buyers. We know we have a sale.
Okay, so
全部
they
cash
they 100% cash，即係佢哋全部都係俾 all
俾
cash
現金。
So you're talking about when they even buy $50 million property, they will pay all cash?
Yes, all cash.
Oh
5000
my
萬
god!
嘅，嗰個係一次過俾晒嘅，哇！令我震驚啊，真係。
Oh my
Okay.
god!
Oh,
Okay,
oh my god.
now I mean, have you encountered any Chinese ever needs to obtain a mortgage?
有冇接觸過啲中國人要借錢嘅咧 ，Alice？
Yes, of course. Generally in that 500 to 1 million price range for a condominium. Naturally, there is usually a mortgage, maybe 50%.
Okay, so would that be just purely for investment or principal resident?
Principal residence.
Principal
即係
residence.
主要係佢
Okay.
哋係投資啊，因為自己住嘅。
OK，嗱佢嘅意思就係我哋問咗話5000萬都 all cash 喎，我而家就話哇，咁有邊啲人有邊啲中國人真係要借錢㗎？佢話大概咧50萬到100萬左右嗰個價位嘅中國移民咧，
即係平啲啦
平啲咧，
買樓就會借錢
佢哋咧就多數借錢啦。咁佢哋咧。
反而唔使借。OK，得。
咁然之後咧，佢話借咧就多數借50%嘅啫。Now, is it easy for them to get mortgage? Chinese to get mortgage in Australia?
中國人
Or
去借
yeah.
中國人借錢會唔會比較困難啲咧 ，Alice？
Yes, Westpac Bank, very good. Westpac.
Okay.
NZ.
Okay. Now, do they? I mean, I've heard, like you mentioned before, that they get mortgage from Singapore.
喺新加坡借錢，OK。
Okay. Now, how does that work? That's very interesting. So, Chinese they buy properties in Australia, but they obtain the mortgage in Singapore. And how? I mean, like, why do they do that?
Because many Chinese have business operation in Singapore with the import-export.
Oh, I see.
The bank gives them the mortgage on the property in Singapore, and they use the cash to buy the property in Australia.
嗱，之後就問到啦，有啲
OK
中國人喺澳洲買樓咧，就竟然喺新加坡嗰邊去做按揭嘅，
係啦，
點解咧？
原來咧就係因為好多人咧喺新加坡嗰邊咧就有嗰個business 啊，佢哋根本已經喺嗰邊做開生意嘅，可能喺嗰邊咧都已經有物業嘅，咁所以咧佢哋喺嗰邊咧，因為嗰邊可能你已經有晒所有嘢，你比較容易攞個 mortgage 咯，咁然之後就用 all cash 咧，然之後就去 Australia 嗰度買嘅。OK，
明白
now how is the interest rate in Australia right now?
而家
Very high.
Oh, very high.
係阿 Tina 就問到啦，而家嗰邊嘅借錢嘅利率大概幾多度啊？咁啊 Alice 話好高
Okay.
喎，高到咩程
Now,
度咧嚇
how high?
How
Do you
high?
mind? Let us know. Yeah.
？Is it 10%？
Maximum 8%. The good news is coming down. Our federal bank reserve reduced the interest rate to 6.75.
Okay.
So apologies. 4.5. So the Federal Reserve 4.5. Add 2%. That gives you the mortgage figure of 6.5. A bit confusing, but it's is reducing.
Okay, it's reducing from 8% to 6.5%.
問到而家個利率究竟高到咩程度，同埋不 Alice 講咗啦，好似係跌緊喎，咩程度到啊而家？
由8%咧就federal government 嗰邊咧就而家跌啦，跌到就有6.5%，
係
咁都比我哋高咯。
即係佢嗰邊聯邦政府係調減咗利息啦，
係啦
減咗啲。
，so is Singapore's interest rate less? That's why they get their mortgage over in Singapore?
2 to 3%.
Oh, 3 to 4%. Okay.
即係問啦，咁係咪新加坡嗰邊個利率平啲啊？係咪真係平啲啊？
係啊，3到4%喎，
係
咁啊爭好遠喎，係咪先？咁因為會係真係爭好遠啦。Well, that would be awesome. Now, I just want to finally ask Alex one thing is that recently I read on internet about Shanghai property went down like 25%, and there are people they're protesting complaints to the developers and all that. Have you heard anything? Because China is closer to Australia than to Canada. Have you heard of that?
Yes, I have heard that there is a surplus amount of properties However, the government is slowly migrating the people from the country to the cities, so they prepare the various cities, and the many cities are vacant. And maybe the population is not moving quick enough. That's why the 25% downturn.
OK，
先
now
頭就問到係中國上海嘅情況啦，咁喺澳洲嗰邊係點樣咧？
係啦，因為咧就我最近咧就喺網上咧就睇到啦，上海嗰邊咧跌咗兩成半啊嚇，咁就好多人咧就喺度嘈啦，咁啊嘈啲 developer 啦，對啲承建商咁話發展商啦，就係話賠錢之類咁樣樣咯。咁我話即係佢哋喺澳洲會聽唔聽到咯？
八卦下啫，澳洲有咩咁嘅情況啊？
咁佢覺得咧佢哋都聽到呢個情況，咁可能因為我哋都睇到有好多啲即係曾經講過即係 ghost town 啊，喺中國咁樣樣，有好多城市都係其實係空噶嘛。咁但係即係呢個係政策上邊嘅中國政策上邊咯。Now, Alex, do you worry about due to the price reductions in Shanghai or maybe Beijing, will that affect the Chinese going to buy in Australia?
No, definitely not. The mining boom is continuing, and we see no end. We see no end with the population of the world increasing. More resources are required. So Australia's in a fantastic position like Canada.
OK, awesome.
會唔會因為北京啊、上海啲樓價跌啦，影響咗啲人去澳洲買樓嘅意欲？
係啊，因為
好似話冇喎。
係啊，因為點解咧？因為我哋呢邊咧有時啲人講話，哇咁會唔會因為佢哋跌啊，咁啲人咧就唔過嚟啊咁樣樣？咁我自己睇法其實同 Alex 都係一樣，就係話其實應該都係唔會嘅，因為如果你越有錢嗰啲人嘅時候咧，佢根本都係會過嚟㗎。Thank you so much, Alex. I really appreciate it, and it's our honor to have you on the phone. Okay.
Thank you, Alex.
I will touch base with you after this, and the show is just about over now. And thanks again for your participation. Thank you so much, Alex.
Thank you, Alex.
Happy New Year to everybody.
Yeah,
Thank
have
you
a nice
so much.
weekend.
Okay,
Thank you.
talk to
Bye-bye.
you. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.